Okay, it looks like we're live, but since we are doing this remotely, we're testing remotely here, live broadcasting from Empower Field at Mile High. We got to let it breathe. You know how we do this, but we also got to bring on the entirety of our Facebook community. So hang tight with this gang. We're going to fire things up for you live from Empower Field. And we're good. So welcome in, everybody. It is the Mile High Huddle podcast. I'm Chad Jensen. My partner in crime, you know him, you love him, Zack Kelberman. We are here for the Mile High Huddle meet and greet at Sports Authority Field. No. Empower Field.
That's right.
At Mile High for Broncos-Niners. Zack, dude, how you feeling today?
We're
you had a
here.
good time?
We're here.
You're here?
We made it.
We're here.
A long time in the making. Our second meet and greet. We're about to go 2-0 tonight against the Niners. They are going down. The Broncos are going to 2-1. I am pumped, Chad.
You should see this guy talking smack to all the Niners fans walking around. And there are a surprising number of Niners fans at this game.
A lot of Niners fans in Denver. About to show them a bad time tonight.
People are like, yo, what's going on? It's 4:30 and I'm seeing Chad and Zack. What's going on here? Yeah, guys, this is a little bit impromptu, maybe a little bit. We like to do it when we do the meet and greets. All right. We like to stream at least one podcast from the actual event. So that's what we're doing here. Zack, before we, I want to include some of the people here and get them in. Let them meet the people who couldn't make it. But before we get into that, let's talk some actual football. What's going to happen today? Do Chiefs lose? Raiders lose?
Jaguars are beating the Chargers right now. This could be a perfect night for the Broncos. All they have to do is get the victory, and I think they will.
What do they got to do to get the victory, though? What do they got to do to win?
Not kill themselves. We talk about it, Chad, every day of the week on the radio show, on the podcast. Get out of their own way. Stop beating themselves. Get back to fundamental football, and hopefully the new assistant coach they hired will have an immediate impact on Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah. Who is this assistant coach? What do we know about this guy Nathaniel Hackett hired to help with game management?
We know he's more on the Vic end of the age spectrum, Chad, so he has a little experience, a little bit of a gray hair every now and then, but he was with Baltimore for about a decade under John Harbaugh, and we know John Harbaugh situationally is among the best head coaches in the NFL, so it can't hurt Nathaniel Hackett. It can only help him.
You know what? I'm excited to see how this game shakes out because Nathaniel Hackett, man, he's being tested. He's being put to the test in the NFL crucible as a head coach. And this comes on the heels, Nathaniel Hackett, of quite a few gaffes of the last 2 weeks.
I would say.
Do you think this coach is straightening it out? Can fans expect tonight for things to be better on the procedural side of things?
It has to be. How could it not be? When you don't have a punt returner back there, when you're counting down the play clock, hopefully we will not hear that, Chad, tonight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But the new assistant coach does not have to reinvent the wheel. He doesn't have to teach Hackett how to coach or how to call plays. Just take something off his plate, and he'll do that with the clock situation, situational management. It's another voice, but a voice that should hold some water.
Should we bring on a few people?
Let's do it.
Let's bring some people on.
Who are we bringing on? Come on down.
I see a handsome bearded man by the name of Carl Dumler.
Yeah, he's right there.
Carl, hey, come here. Come sit right here. Sit on our little cooler. No, sit on the cooler. You're live. You're live on the internet right now. Hey, take Zach's mic. I got a couple questions for you.
Okay,
we're live right now.
Hey,
Carl Dumler, co-host, Building the Broncos, legendary figure in Broncos media, in the house. Carl, what do you expect to see tonight, dude?
Well, I expect a few fireworks, of course. We got a lot of playmakers in this game. Sounds like Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler are going to be back from injury. And, of course, the 49ers with Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. And, of course, Kyle Shanahan's always going to have a few things tuned up. So I actually expect a little bit more offense from both these teams. They've both been more defense these first two games. And I think this is going to be a fun one where we're going to have some explosive plays. And it's just going to be a matter of maybe who has that last one.
So you think this is maybe the game where things open up a little on the Broncos offense?
I think so. I think, you got through those first two games. It's kind of like the preseason where you're getting through some of those bumps and learning what you're supposed to be doing. I think that this is that game where they just say, hey, it's time to turn it loose. It's time to go out there and have some fun. And like I said, getting back Jeudy, getting back Hamler just really opens up a lot of things that this offense can do.
He's Carl Dumler. He's the co-host of Building the Broncos. Make sure you check in with him Tuesday night, as you can see from his hat. That's it's seen better days.
Yeah, might be time to get a new one.
But it has character. It's got football podcasting character, and that's what matters the very most. All right, bro. Thanks for giving us a minute. We'll talk, of course, later. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Trickle, come here. Let's see what Eric Trickle thinks of this game because. And by the way, guys, I hope the sound is okay. We did a test of this before we went live, but you guys got to let us know if it's too loud. A lot of background noise because we are in the tailgate, right? So you've got people set up, partying all over the place. Sometimes music pounding, bumping all over. So we're doing the best we can. Eric Trickle in the house, dude. How are you feeling, bro?
Feeling good.
It's a beautiful day for football.
A little hot for me coming from Alaska, but it's still a beautiful day.
Is this the night it comes together for Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson?
Yeah, because I'm here. So keep that 100% record because I'm here.
You hear that, Nick?
Nick Kendall's ears are burning somewhere right now.
Somewhere up in the mountains.
In the Pacific Northwest. If there's going to be a sleeper that emerges in this game for the Broncos, who is it?
Would it be a sleeper saying Josie Jewell? I think having him back would be a pretty big thing.
How big is it having Josie Jewell back?
Without Justin Simmons, the communication on defense just didn't seem up there. Josie Jewell is going to be big for the communication.
I know you tendered your prediction in the Mile High Roundtable. You sticking to that?
Yeah, I'm sticking with it.
Broncos, what was your score? I can never remember my scores either.
24-17 or something like that, I think.
That feels pretty close to what it's probably going to be. All right, brother. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, Gary Leeds Palmer, come over here.
The legend about to grace us with his presence.
Hang on to us. There you go. You got it. This is, of course, he needs no introduction from us. This is Gary Leeds Palmer, one of the winners of the MHH Meet and Greet red carpet. Facebook, he loves Facebook. Gary.
Yes.
Are the Broncos going to win this game? Talking to the mic.
Absolutely.
Why?
Because I've never gone to a game they lost.
Let this be known. Gary, every game Gary has attended as a fan, the Broncos have won that game, right?
Right.
So, like the streak's going to end tonight on such an auspicious day, tonight's going to be they're winning. They're winning.
Absolutely.
Who is your star of the game? Who's going to end up being the star of this game? Talking to the mic. Star of the game. Oh, he's thinking. The gears are turning.
Sorry.
We got Russell Wilson. We've got Cortland Sutton. We've got Javonte Williams. Maybe it's Randy Gregory.
Javonte Williams.
He's got Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams is going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just couldn't think of his name.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, you got asked to be on a live podcast on the spot. Here you are, holding your own. But you got to talk into the microphone.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry
there
about
you
that.
Go. It's like the Ricky Bobby scene. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Hey,
thank
we
you.
appreciate you. Much love. We'll see you in the game.
Absolutely.
All right. Gary Leeds Palmer. Where's the Duchess? Michaela.
The Duchess.
We got the Duchess in the house.
Come on down.
Hey, come sit.
Michaela.
Come sit right here.
Yeah.
Take this microphone. We have another individual who needs no introduction from us. This is Michaela, the Duchess, right? MHH. Michaela, what do you expect to see tonight? Who's winning this game?
I think it's going to be a Bronco game, 24-21.
She's picking Broncos 24-21. It's a close one then.
Yeah, it'll be a close one. But I think we will win.
If the Broncos win, who is the player that's going to be most responsible for that victory?
You know, I say Cortland Sutton.
Ooh, Cortland Sutton. Okay, we shall see.
He's a total baller.
He is a total baller. Okay. Well, we love you. We appreciate you. We're going to see you in the game. It's going to be fun. Thanks for coming down.
You guys.
We love you too. All right. Let's just see what's up in the chat. It's hard for us to see the screen right now because of the glare of the sun. It's a beautiful
How
day
are
out
we feeling
here
today? Give us your score prediction, guys.
Yeah, what are your predictions? Let's see. I don't know how good the connection is.
I can't even see the screen, but
we're living off of the stadium Wi-Fi,
which is actually holding itself up right now.
It seems to be okay.
Surprising.
What's up, Miguel? We see Miguel. We see Lawrence. We see Kenny. Kenny Booker, where are you, dude? Why have we not seen you today, my dog? Let's see.
Everyone else is here.
Diamond Rattler's in the house. In the chat. It's good to see everybody. We wish each and every one of you could be here with us today. It's been a lot of fun getting to meet a lot more of our community. I mean,
it's been amazing.
A few regulars who we got to meet last year.
Yes.
And then also a lot of new faces
that
we've met for the first time. It's a wild experience.
Best fan base in the entire world, the best supporters we can ask for in the entire world. We do this because of you. We do this for you, and we're so happy to give back to y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming out and everyone for tuning in right now.
Let's go through real quick. Give me your number one key to victory for the Broncos today against the Niners.
Score more points than the 49ers.
Bob, boom.
No, honestly, the matchup I'm worried about, aside from Deebo Samuel versus the Broncos defense, it's that 49ers defensive line, Nick Bosa versus whoever is the Broncos right tackle, be it Billy Turner, Cameron Fleming, pretty much the entire Broncos O-line. If the Niners front seven controls the game like Seattle did, it could be a long night. So I need the entire offense from number 3 to number 72 to right tackle, everyone to step up and pull their own weight.
It really does start with number 3, though, right?
Yes, I mean, of course,
he's been good, but not great so far. Some sputterings, some frustrating delay
very
of games.
Peyton Manning-like, Chad, if you compare the stats.
That's true. If you compare the first couple of games Peyton was in Denver to Russ. So how much can you hang your hat on that, though?
It's for all the people that are freaking out about 2 games, Chad. The Broncos are 1-1. Peyton was 1-1 as well. Russ has more passing yards than Peyton did. He has fewer interceptions. Peyton had another touchdown, but it just goes to show you it's an adjustment period for any quarterback, and it's still early in the season to where none of us should be freaking out. And I promise anyone who had apprehension, anyone who's wringing their hands about the Broncos start, it will change tonight because the Broncos are springing this home upset victory. You heard it here first.
What have we heard on the Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler front?
I'm pretty sure both are playing. It's game time decisions for Jerry Jeudy, but it looks like he'll be playing along with PS2. Broncos have their full wide receiver core. Throw in Montreal. Could be an explosive night.
All right, we want to hear from you guys. This isn't going to be the longest pregame podcast of all time. Let me see. Garth Knight jumping in here on a super. I'm trying to read what it says. Gary, giving love to GLP in the house. Garth, you're a prince, dude. We really appreciate you. I'm seeing score predictions, Zach, from Mark, 27-17, 24-20, Lumpy picking the Broncos. Everyone's feeling pretty good about the Broncos tonight. Now, could it be just orange-colored glasses? It's game day, the chips are down, fans are going, no, Broncos are going to win. Or do you think something has shifted?
I think the Broncos have to get up for this game. And especially after the criticism they've endured, but the fact that Kansas City lost today, Chad, the Chargers are losing right now,
yes,
and the Raiders lost today. So the Broncos have extra motivation to pull this upset in prime time in front of their adoring crowd and shut up all these haters. I feel like, I don't know, the vibe to me is different, but we're going to see a competent football team that is dead set on winning, and I think a lot of Broncos country feels the same.
Of course, it just so happens to be that the one time that we are live and we don't have our producer in the room, our chat is getting bombarded.
He's right there.
He's
schmoozing.
He is schmoozing. He's talking to you guys that are here, but we're getting bombarded by spammers in the chat. Unfortunately, I'm trying to bounce him while I see him right now, but you know what? Oh, that one's gone. Trying to get rid of it. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyway, all right, let's come back. So, Zach.
Yes.
This is going to be a lot of fun tonight, dude.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
What about Kyle Shanahan, though? Such a savvy coach. So like his dad in that he always has kind of a trick or two up his sleeve that opponents aren't necessarily anticipating. What's something you think maybe the Broncos should be on guard for?
Well, the obvious is Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. The running backs don't really scare me with Jeff Wilson, Marlon Mack, and I think Davis Price is playing. I don't know if he is or not. I think the wild card for the 49ers that scares me is Brandon Ayuk, the receiver.
Yeah.
He's stepping into his own now, and I feel like the Broncos aren't going to key on him too much, but he is a speed demon. You put Ronald Darby one-on-one with Brandon Ayuk, you're going to have a bad day. So he's someone I can see hurting the Broncos, and Kyle Shanahan could exploit them with.
What have we heard about Pat Surtain?
I think he's playing.
So this is a positive development on the Ayuk front. And with Deebo. I mean, Deebo is more of a twitchy guy. He's hard for anyone to cover. Can Surtain hold his own against that duo?
I'm probably putting when Debo plays receiver, I'm putting Surtain on him. I'm putting Darby on Ayuk with safety help over the top. But when Debo's a running back, you don't have to worry about covering him. Just have Josie Jewell, who's playing,
Tackle him.
Yes, get him to the ground, pretty much.
Just tackle him.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to get to. Jewell is a go, Josh, for what it's worth. Josh wanting to know, Jewell, it seems is going to be a go. We're hearing good things about Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler. So the Broncos, despite having a whopping 10 players listed as questionable going into this game, it seems like many of them are going to play. What have we heard about Draymond Jones? Have we heard any buzz on him? Because he's questioned with the elbow.
He was a late week addition to the injury report. It seemed like it was a minor thing. I'd be stunned if he didn't play tonight.
I would be stunned too, especially because even though it's a non-conference game, this is a big game for the Broncos. Overall, the spiritual momentum, whatever you want to call it, football juju, whatever it is, all that stuff is built into this one. It's Russell Wilson going against a very familiar opponent
who he owns.
In fact, I've heard Zack Kelberman say that multiple times to Niners fans walking by, trying to brag or talk a little smack.
Ain't gonna fly.
Kelberman shuts him down. Shut him down.
He has a career, such a great sparkling record against the 49ers, going back to his days against the Seahawks. I don't see how it's going to change today. He knows their tendencies. He has DJ Jones and K1 Williams to kind of fall back on for intel. I see Russell Wilson responding big time tonight in prime time. Except for week 1, he gets up for primetime games. I think he throws for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight.
Robot wants to know, is there going to be another meet and greet? Does anyone know? There will be another meet and greet.
Yes.
Next year. We've thought about doing multiple in the same season, but here's the problem. If we do more than one meet and greet a year, they begin to lose their luster.
A little bit.
Each individual meet and greet is suddenly not as important. It's not as big of an event. Not as many people show up. So I think for now we're going to keep the main one a one-time thing during the season. And then during the off season, we'll try to come up with fun ways maybe to do stuff like, plan it better next time. The draft, maybe the combine things, we'll figure something out.
Maybe even road tailgates as well.
That would be, especially Vegas, going down to Vegas, right? A lot of Broncos fans in Vegas. This has only been a Raiders town for 2 minutes.
True. Yeah.
A lot of Broncos fans in Vegas, and a lot of them are in our community.
Yes.
What the heck, dude? Josh McDaniels can't get a win to save his life.
They were getting blown out by Tennessee. They came back, but they still lost. And I don't know. It's not easy being a head coach at any level. And it doesn't seem like even with Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, can't really produce. So that defense doesn't hold up.
Maybe it's football karma.
Maybe it's hiring Tom McMahon.
Again, football karma. Not exactly rocket science, but hey, you can't put those things past Josh McDaniels after all. Dude, I'm really excited to see if, when we come back to this Broncos-Niners game, is Randy Gregory going to take another step forward as a pass rusher? Is Bradley Chubb, who did play well in week 2, had some pressures, did well setting the edge and whatnot, but he wasn't quite able to close and get home on some sacks after having 2 in the opener. I want to see those 2 guys just decimate the pocket statue, Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'd like to see Nick Bonito be active. I'll settle for him being active, but Darren Browning, I feel like, is going to be a surprise breakout. I don't know about a breakout player, but I think we'll have the sack tonight. He's gotten close a couple times. That inside spin move, I think, will give the Niners offensive line struggles. I see the Broncos defense being very active tonight.
Yes. That's the one thing that we haven't been able to pick too many nits in thus far is Ejiro Evero's defense.
They're top 10.
They're pretty buttoned up.
They're top 10 in like 10 categories. So
yes. So let's see it. But beware that, I want to give some credit real quick. James Campbell wrote 4 Keys to Victory. It's up at milehighhuddle.com. It's a phenomenal read. One of the things he brought up, Zach, is something you and I have also lamented these last 2 weeks, which is if we do have something to pick at on Ejiro Evero, it's that, can you stop with the 8-yard cushion, right? Because Jimmy G, he's a quick passer. He's a quick pass game quarterback, right? He wants to drop back, hits his back foot, falls out the door. So do you expect to see Evero be a little more aware of that this time and throw different looks?
Yeah, but here's the problem. You press Brandon Ayuk and he gets past you, that's a touchdown,
Yeah.
Same for Debo. So you have to take your chances, but overall, I want to see a very aggressive game plan tonight. I don't want to see anything conservative. I want them to get after, blitz a lot, and just be very active on defense.
That's a really good point because you can't always have your cake and eat it too. You might go from playing 8 yards off the line of scrimmage to pressing him. And as you said, Deebo Samuel, he's physical, he's fast, he's explosive. If he does get by you, goodbye. It's over, right? So, but that's, again, comes back to coaching savvy and knowing how to balance those calls.
Right. Without Simmons, though, it's tough. It's a big game for Caden Stearns in the secondary. You know they're going to double Ayuk or Deebo Samuel, maybe even George Kittle. Caden needs to step up big time.
George Kittle returns, man. How big of last time these teams played in the regular season, he had a day. What do you expect to see today?
Every tight end has a day against the Broncos defense. You can get out there and run for 100 yards right now against this Broncos defense.
Will Dissly a couple years ago, brutal. But
Will Dissly in week 1.
That's true. He scored.
Again.
I got to tell you, though, of all the threats that San Francisco poses offensively, Kittle is the one that actually makes me the most nervous because he's fresh now. He's hungry. He wants to make a statement. Hey, don't forget about me. And traditionally, the Broncos struggle against tight ends, and Kittle specifically.
You know who the Broncos wild card could be here? Is Jonas Griffith, who covered George Kittle in practice with the 49ers. So if I see one inside linebacker on George Kittle, I want to see Jonas.
Please, because Josie, you want to cover a short area and keep it in front of him, you're okay. You ask Josie Jewell to turn and run with anybody, it's over.
No, I don't want to see that.
Jonas, though, he got some length and he can run. So we'll see. I don't know. Should we grab one or two more guys?
Yeah, let's
bring them on.
Some people here.
Who we got? Hey, Ron, get over here. We got. Stay close, Tom. Ron, we don't have a seat for you. Someone stole our seat, but that's okay.
Hey guys.
Everybody knows the real Ron 86. This is at the real Ron 86. You know him, you love him, dude. What are your keys to this game, bro?
The keys to a Broncos win is running the ball using Javonte.
Okay.
No mistakes in the red zone.
Heard that.
We got to stop the fumbling.
Yes.
The game management as well.
Yes.
Hackett has to kind of take hold of this team, right? Let's be the coach that you were hired to be. We have to stop with the penalties, shooting ourselves on the foot. But I think also kind of let Russ be Russ as well during those times. We could also, as I mentioned earlier, have Williams and Melvin Gordon just run the ball straight at him.
Are you saying, though, that Russ should start using his legs more? Is that really what you're getting at?
He should. I agree. He should start using his legs way more.
What do you think the issue there is? Is that a coaching emphasis thing?
I think it is a coaching emphasis. I think Hackett wants to have Russ be more of a pocket passer, pocket presence, where, which is fine. But I think, when the play breaks down, right? I think that's where you need to have Russ be Russ.
Cool, bro. Well, we are so stoked that you made it out for the meet and greet again. Legendary figure in our community, dude. What's your bold prediction for tonight?
I expect the Broncos, well, not bold, but I do expect the Broncos win tonight.
They are the underdog, so bold.
Yeah, I guess that should. San Francisco's what, 1.5?
Yeah, last I saw.
How big the line is? Yeah. So I would say score prediction, 27-20 Broncos.
27-20 Broncos from Ron, dude. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much, man.
I appreciate it.
All right. Hey, Tom. We want to get the host of the Legends of Mile High podcast real quick. Thomas Hall, we're about out of time, but we didn't want this to go without hearing from you a little bit.
Okay.
I know you tendered your prediction in the Mile High Roundtable.
I did.
For those who maybe didn't read it, what do you expect to see tonight, and what are the keys to victory?
Well, I think that the Broncos are going to fix some of their red zone mistakes. So that's why I said 23-20. So they're going to punch it in a few times.
Yep.
Get a couple field goals, and they're going to win 23-20.
23-20.
They're going to fix not all their mistakes. They still got rookie mistakes. It's going to happen. But the red zone issues are going to be taken care of.
So you feel confident that a lot of those foibles, they're going to smooth them over?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you think about the last two games, they just shot themselves in the foot. I mean, they should have had scored 60 points the last two games total. My guess. I mean, maybe a little under that, but They just need to fix those red zone issues, punch it in, and they're gonna take it home.
Make sure you listen to the Legends of Mile High podcast Friday morning. Mile High Huddle, you know this. He's Tom Hall. Thank you, brother.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. But we're gonna wind it down here because we got to break down and make it inside to the stadium in time, and we're pushing 5:00 local. So, any last observations before we say goodbye for this pregame?
Too many Niner fans in Denver. I want to send them home so miserable, Chad, and I think the Broncos will. It's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be a blowout by any means, even though we all like to see that. It's going to be an offensive-oriented, maybe a struggle fest for 3 quarters. Whatever offense gets the better of the counterpart in the 4th quarter will win. I think Russ makes that play because, once again, y'all, he owns the 49ers.
We want to see those hotel pillows drenched in tears
Yes.
from Niners fans
Yes.
that go home tonight.
Hold that L.
That's right. Listen, we'll talk to you guys tonight, okay? I'm Chad Jensen, Zack Kelberman. You know what to do. How do we do it when we're sitting next to each other?
Have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the game. Take care, and as always, go Broncos.
If I can find this thing.